This is First Contact, Stories of the Call Center.
What would you say from a perception perspective? You've seen the transition, and we could probably say it's not always been a positive, right, perception of this space, of the ARM industry. Now, within, there's a lot of great people. We love one another. We talk to one another. We care about one another, and we want to do the right thing about the customer and the debtor. Make sure that there's not anything negative that happens as a byproduct of not having those important communications, right? But from your perspective, what have you seen? Any transition between the perception that people have around the ARM space, or what is that you see today?
Well, you're absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, I've had the opportunity to joke many times over the years relative to what I do for a living. I'm a debt collector, and I would start presentations that way. I would have all kinds of fun. I flew all over the country many, many times. And, you sit down next to somebody, and that small talk for a couple of minutes, and I'll look at them and I tell them I'm a debt collector, and you watch, their nonverbal communication, because these are tough people that beat people up over the phone, and they don't care about you. All they care about is getting the money because the collector wants to line their pockets. And those are the horror stories of years ago. There is a very small percentage of our industry that had some very rough and in many cases illegal approaches. We as an industry have battled those bad operators, and the overwhelming majority are good, decent people. And so one of the things that we've trained for years with all of our program at ACA International is how we can best communicate with consumers, understand them, empathize with them. Empathy is one of the biggest keys that we have. The lives of the consumers that collectors are talking to, they're not that different than that individual collector making the phone call. I've always believed, for instance, that one of your best collectors can often be the person who has had a lot of debt and collection issues in their life, and they found a way to navigate those challenges. And so today it is a very much a softer approach. It's not nearly as assertive in collections as it used to be, and I don't even want to say aggressive. I mean, I know there were aggressive collectors, but it was a much more forceful tone that was used at one time. Now it's about educating. It's about giving options and choices, not just that whole array of how can I pay. Look at all these different ways I can communicate and pay, but being sure that each individual is communicated with in a manner that is positive for them.